Hi, everybody. Welcome to Dan on Sports. Well, the New York Yankees had their postseason news conference on Thursday. Manager Aaron Boone and general manager Brian Cashman each speaking with the media and taking media questions separately. Don't draw anything from that. What did we learn from the meeting? Well, the status quo, essentially. What do the Yankees fans want from their team? The signature, the legacy New York Yankees. We'll get to that in just a moment. But first, what did we learn from the news conference? We learned, for example, that shortstop Anthony Volpe is not going to start the season on time because of the surgery he's had with the labrum. Carlos Rodon is not going to start the season on time next year because he had his elbow scoped, so we learned that. I think we also learned that as much as the Yankees loved Cody Bellinger, they are not about to go out and have any big free agent signings, especially with someone who is represented by Scott Boras. Yes, they were able to get Bellinger last year in a trade, but I would be very surprised if the Yankees bring either Bellinger or Trent Grisham back, and both are free agents. I think what you're going to see, if you read between the lines off of what Cashman said, is the Yankees will give Spencer Jones a shot, as well they should. I mean, he was just an outstanding player at both the AA and AAA level last year. Yeah, he continued to strike out, but he hit a lot of home runs. The Yankees love home runs. He's a left-handed bat in Yankee Stadium. And he does have power, he's young, and he's a first-round draft pick. At what point are the Yankees going to say it's time to give Spencer Jones a shot? And they're also, I think, going to give Jason Dominguez a shot too. Although it would not surprise me if Dominguez were included in some kind of a trade. You know, that's the one thing Cashman said. By talking in circles, by reading between the lines, and you have to do that when you hear Cashman talk, you get the idea that Dominguez could be part of a trade, more so than a Spencer Jones. And maybe that's how they would bring back a Cody Bellinger, or maybe make a pitch to get Kyle Tucker, who's also a free agent with the Chicago Cubs. So that's what we learned. We learned that they love Ryan McMahon, and what is there not to like about Ryan McMahon? He doesn't cost the Yankees all that much in relative terms. I think he's making $18 million a year. He has a contract that totaled that. I think it's more along the lines of $18 million a year. It doesn't matter. The bottom line is, from a standpoint of contracts, the Yankees can easily afford Ryan McMahon, who brings a lot to the table, and the Yankees like McMahon. I don't think there's any doubt about that. What's there not to like? I saw him with the Hartford Yard Goats. He's a great kid, and from a ball player standpoint, excellent defensive third baseman. As Cashman said at the news conference, he really helped out the pitching staff. Who wouldn't want Ryan McMahon at third base? Now, whether he shares the position with somebody depends, I think, on how well he hits. And I think he can be a better hitter in Yankee Stadium next year. But I don't think there's any doubt that McMahon will be back at third base for the New York Yankees in 2026. I think Cashman kind of said that in what he had to say at the news conference. So, I mean, that's what we learned. Obviously, they're making some changes with the coaching staff. Cashman saying no one really was dismissed. It's just that their contracts ran out and they want to go in a different direction. Once again, we were reminded, as far as what did we learn, that George Steinbrenner mindset no longer controls the New York Yankees. Yes, Hal wants to win. Yes, Hal would like to be at the top of the heap, but he's got a far different managerial style than his late dad. That's among the other things we learned at that news conference. But what do the Yankees fans expect? Because Cashman went on about saying, in so many words, without using the word crapshoot, that once you get to the postseason, it is a crapshoot. Yes, it is. But it's a crapshoot for the Los Angeles Dodgers, too. It's a crapshoot for the Houston Astros. And guess what? The Dodgers, as of this recording, are 2 wins away from making it to another World Series, and in this case, becoming the first team since the New York Yankees to win back-to-back World Series titles. And I think that's what the Yankees fans want. They want to be what the Houston Astros have been over the last 8 years, what the Los Angeles Dodgers have been over the last 8 years. Now, I know the Astros didn't make the postseason this year, but they didn't miss by much, and they intend to contend again in 2026. Yankees fans who believe that their team is the legacy franchise, not the Los Angeles Dodgers. Yankees fans want their team to be the Yankees again. They want their team to be like the Dodgers. And as I said before, like the Astros. What do I mean? Well, in the last 8 years, not counting obviously the 2025 season, last 8 years, the Los Angeles Dodgers, who are the reigning world champions, have been to 4 World Series and won 2 of those World Series. The Houston Astros in the last 8 years have been to 4 World Series and won 2 World Series. The New York Yankees, the last 8 years, have been to 1 World Series and lost. That was last year. And since 2009, the Yankees have been to just 2 World Series and won 1. Translation, in this century, the Yankees have won 1 World Series and have been to 2. But again, I go back to the last 8 seasons, 2017 through 2024. The Dodgers have been to 4 World Series, won 2. The Astros have been to 4 World Series, won 2. The Yankees have been to just 1 World Series and were embarrassed by the Dodgers. So what do the Yankees fans want? Obviously, they want to win a World Series. I mean, that first journey begins with that first step, right? What's the old proverb? The journey of 1,000 miles begins with that first step. Well, the first step for the Yankee fans is for their team to win a World Series, but they want more than that. The Yankees fans want to be like the Dodgers. They want their team to be like the Dodgers, like the Astros, multiple World Series and multiple chances to win a World Series. That's what they believe. I mean, you look at the Yankees ticket prices, they charge a premium dollar. And so the Yankees fans want the bang for their buck. That's what they want. And I'm sure they did not like what they heard from the news conference on Thursday. There was just a lot of general stuff, no breaking news. I never thought there would be breaking news, but that's what the Yankees fans want. 1 is not going to be enough. They figure they have waited long enough. Again, just 1 World Series title in this century. The New York Yankees. The Yankees who have won more World Series and more pennants than any franchise. But these days, it's the Los Angeles Dodgers who are playing like the New York Yankees, who are playing what the New York Yankees used to play, championship baseball. That's what the Yankees fans want. Simple as that. That's going to do it for Dan on Sports. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. See you later.